Good morning and welcome to episode 1163 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, March 10th, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. We made it to Friday, fellas. Today, Wes has what in the cup of coffee in the big time?
I got some women. I got a few interesting facts about women. I got bad news for people in their 20s.
Good.
And people being born right now. I got a little
stacking up for them. That's tough.
Lotto tale. And then I've got our Lord and Savior.
Wow.
Who's
Holy
that?
moly.
Man? Jesus Christ?
Jesus H. Christ.
Talking about JC?
Jesus H. Christ, you got a lot of stuff in there.
Man. All right. Well, let's get through this then. Mark is on deck. What do you got, Mark?
I'd say an exciting new segment that'll get you up. We'll say that. You know what I mean?
Very up.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Uppers? Like
Ready for the weekend. Uppers. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Pat, you're in the hole. What do you got?
We're going to do a little tech chatting about tech that's changing an organization that you might be familiar with in a, I don't know, kind of a dangerous way.
AI?
You'll have to find out. I want to keep it real mysterious.
Okay. Sounds mysterious.
Did it work?
Yeah, it did. I'm so mystified completely. And I've got the high five to buzz us into the weekend once again. Bzz. The submissions were strong this week. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
For
Hell yeah.
Strong week of subs.
What's up, Wes? Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, let's just get into it because I know how the high five
Yeah,
goes.
it can. Yeah,
We can,
yeah.
You want to just get into
Let's
it?
do it. Let's do it.
Let's get right on into it.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time. Still celebrating Women's History Month, Women Appreciation, all that stuff here on Hard Factor.
Absolutely.
And, I got a
Sound
fun
fired
fact.
up.
Yeah, I got a
Wes.
fun
You sound-
fact.
Every day is Women's Appreciation Day at my house.
My house,
right.
too.
You know what I say in May?
What do you say?
Might as well be March because it's still women's.
You know what I say something similar. I say, how can we make it March again? I guess we'll need a time machine. A woman should get on that.
There you go.
Because you know that they will.
They've invented a lot of great stuff, like the
They'll
windshield
get there
wiper,
first.
like we talked about.
Like the multiple orgasm.
Yeah. And did you guys know also that the first person to ever think it was a good idea to get inside a pickle barrel and plunge over Niagara Falls was a woman? Did you know that? Yeah.
I did know that, Wes. I feel like if you've gone to Niagara Falls, that's a pretty common Niagara fact, I think.
I've never been to Niagara Falls.
First person to survive or first person?
First person to do it and
I
survive.
didn't know that, but it's 50-50, right?
Well,
Women are good survivors.
If you were to
I
guess.
think that
Well, I don't know. You think a man would have done that because men do stupid
All right.
stuff like that.
65-35.
Yeah. Anyway, her name was
They're busy working back then.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. Her name was Annie Taylor, Annie Edson Taylor. Here she is with her barrel. She was
Look at that
63
nut.
years old. She was a school teacher, and she decided on October 24th, 1901, when the Pan American Exposition was in town in Buffalo, New York, that she was going to get rich and famous by climbing into that giant pickle barrel and tossing herself over the falls. And
And it worked.
Kids drove her nuts, huh? She was a teacher.
well, yeah, the teacher. And then here's a picture of men just gladly helping her get in the barrel and then tossing her over the falls.
You're going to make me jump over the falls, kids.
Oh, put that back up. One of those.
Better
I
you
think
than us, you know?
That's Annie's husband on the left. Or...
Oh yeah, they were happy to do it.
Toss her in.
This is going to be something.
You said you want to do what? I think that's a great idea.
Before she backs out, let's get her on the fucking thing, huh? Yeah.
So at approximately 4:30 p.m., the barrel was seen going over the falls, and then it appeared a minute later at the base of the falls, and 15 minutes later, it was on the Canadian shore, and she was, the barrel was open.
Her husband was doing this number.
Well,
He thought he had finally gotten rid of her.
She's what? That's like,
anyone
she's
anyone
alive?
for a celebratory bender?
Yeah.
Guys, I was going to divorce her, but you'll never know, guess what she's about to do.
He's buying rounds at the bar. She comes in soaking wet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the other guy in the boat was his life insurance agent.
Exactly. Yeah. So she survived. She didn't really make a bunch of money off of it. She kind of fizzled out. She didn't make the fortune that she thought she was going to make. But yeah, first person to go over the falls.
She should have made a fortune off of that. Come on.
That was a thing back then, man. If you did a stunt,
Yeah.
you could be rich just touring around.
And
Yeah.
what
Speaking tours.
a stunt!
Yeah.
I mean, Evel Knievel made a ton of money. Like that's got to be one of the best stunts of all time. First person.
This was way well beyond its time.
Yeah.
I mean, back before TV, people would just like go see that shit live. It's like
Right.
you know,
got
circuses
screwed.
and shit.
She got
Yeah.
screwed.
Like those Siamese twins, those Asian Siamese twins, those guys crushed financially in
Oh
that
yeah,
same
freak
era.
shows. Freak shows
Just walk
were
around on
huge.
their four legs. Yeah.
Yeah, but they had to share.
While Wes, while you were giving that nice story about a woman, these were the comments in the live chat, youtube.com/artifact news. If you want to watch us record live, James England says, yo, my brothers, all love.
Yo, yo.
And then Taylor Sellers just says men.
Yeah.
So
There you have it.
Yeah, we're dirtbags. We get it. You're right,
get
Taylor.
it.
You're right.
Those Siamese twins brothers, well, obviously brothers, they married, I want to say they married twins, but they used to take turns who had the banging rights for the night, and they'd put up like a curtain, and then one of the twins would just go into like a coma-like state while the other one would bang his wife.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
wow.
You know he was peaking, right?
You think they ever blindfolded the lady and they're like, guess which one?
Yeah, totally.
Was it their left or a right, right?
Well,
A lot of fun.
maybe if it was doggy style, she couldn't. Well, no, you probably could. Yeah, who knows?
Who knows what was going
knows?
on with those Siamese twins and their banging?
Yeah. What games they played?
I like to think about it.
Who knows what games they
It's
played?
fun to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is fun to think about.
You asleep?
Yeah. Moving on to another bad idea coming out of a
Yes.
woman. Huh?
He answered yes that he's
you're
asleep.
still thinking about Siamese
You
twins.
see? He's asleep.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Move on.
No, it was the other guy's penis. Wrong.
Aren't you normally on the left? Yeah. It's daylight savings time. Man.
It doesn't change when they go to the southern hemisphere.
Oh, look at you. You're all turned upside down, honey.
You get totally
Just spin her around a
discombobulated.
few times. She'll be dizzy.
Put a mirror in front of her.
Then
head.
blindfold her.
Speaking of bad ideas coming out from women, did you hear what Nikki Haley wants to do? You hear about this?
Oh,
Well,
what?
the life
I saw
expectancy.
that Dr. Jill was upset about the age cognition test.
Well,
But then-
Nikki Haley
the
is
olds were.
very, very all about age. She's very hyper focused on age, and her newest hyper focus about age is that she knows that life expectancy for Americans keeps growing. It grows by about 0.08% year by year, and that means Americans being born today who are in their 20s, teens, will live longer than Americans of the past generations. Which means Nikki Haley thinks you shouldn't retire until you're older, which fucking sucks. So she's proposing, quote, what you would do is, for those in their 20s coming into the system, you would change the retirement age so that it matches life expectancy. So basically, she wouldn't say exactly what age she thinks that new people should retire, but it's going to be more, and it's not going to match the incremental increases of life expectancy. It's going to bump up by like years,
Hey,
right?
hey, Nikki, how about you focus on getting the teens and 20-year-olds to want to work to begin with, let alone
Yeah.
50 years?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a weird
You're
move.
barking up the wrong tree here, Nikki.
No, it's a
Yeah.
real weird move of
Yeah.
to try to rally all the young people against old politicians and
Right.
then immediately turn
You're
around
not going to
and be
get
like,
Social Security, and you're going to work
also-
longer, and you don't even want to work to begin with. I don't
No
think that's gonna work,
retirement till
Nikki.
you're
It's
90.
not going to work.
That's
We
right.
need a workforce to retire, Nikki.
Yeah. You also need voters, and if you're if you're going after the young voters, and then you alienate the young voters with this policy, well, you've just fucked yourself.
There you
Exactly.
go.
Okay, let me counter that.
Seems a little
It's-
weird.
I like it. I like it as an idea to be a contrarian. I'll tell you why. You don't hear innovative ideas like this when it comes to like Social Security issues or retirement issues. Most of them are fucking dumb ideas. At least this is an idea, right?
You do have
Counter-
to pay for
counter-
it. You do have to pay for it, and
counterpoint.
it will run out. You're right, Pat.
Counterpoint, maybe move to the 4-day work week and then do this.
There you go.
Then
That's
you can
How-
then you can
so
get
is-
away with this.
So the 4-day work week could pay off Social Security.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I am interested. If that's a possibility, now
for the country that works
If
the
that's a
second hardest,
possibility.
for the country that works the second hardest, it's Japan, then us in terms of hours.
Who
worked,
does that
days worked.
study, Mark? If to see if the 4-day work week could fund Social Security for the rest of our lives.
Someone needs to. All I'm saying is, don't add more work time to the second hardest working nation in the world unless you give them a bone, which would be like
If you if you do the 4-day work week and then you increase the age of retirement, does that mean that you're working
same amount
like until you're 100 or
no,
working
less.
like until you're 50?
No, dude, I don't think. I think it'd still be 8.
You know what I mean? It's like it's a dog years situation.
It's not like
we got
hours work.
We got a dog years situation.
You'll be less weathered.
Yeah, less.
You'll be less weathered.
I mean, it doesn't
less
matter.
Time, less time in traffic.
Look, doesn't matter for us because none of us probably have paid enough into Social Security to live.
Exactly.
Oh
more than
yeah,
10
we're
years
not
when we
saving.
get to
We're
retirement,
just like
so.
working in the moment. Yeah.
So,
But for those,
what a joke that's going to be.
But
We're
also
gonna laugh
for those-
about that in a few years.
for those that have paid a lot into Social Security, like wealthy Americans that they get a bigger chunk out of their paycheck goes to Social Security. Nikki Haley also wants to limit wealthier Americans' access and benefits to Social Security and Medicare. So that's right. You gotta. She said,
Right.
"quote You reform the entitlements, but you do it in a way you don't take anything away for seniors or people who are getting ready to retire. You focus on the new generation." But what she's saying is that, hey, yeah, you worked your ass off. You paid in more in the system than anyone else did, but we want to cut those benefits because other people need it more than you. That's what she's saying. And that's another one of her brilliant plans to keep Social Security alive.
Right.
I thought she was an independent.
She's pissing off everyone.
She's
it
a
sounds like,
Republican.
with this.
Is this because she refuses to raise taxes, Wes? Is that like basically her thought
Probably.
process along these
probably.
lines?
Yeah,
Like it has to pay for
unlike Joe, who wants to raise taxes.
It has to pay for itself. Right now, Joe is like, obviously, this is always the difference between Democrats and
Yes.
Republicans in a lot of ways. But
on the top
yeah.
1%, guys, it's the highest.
Yes,
It's
yes,
not going to
you're-
affect you.
No, it's
She's
not going to
pissing
affect
off the
us.
rich people by
Shouldn't she
saying they don't get the benefits.
Yeah, start
oh
with
no,
something
the rich
easy,
people
though.
love this because of the late retirement age. They're just like, yeah. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
she's
'cause
like-
they can
work
retire
over
whenever the
something.
fuck they want. They don't
yeah,
care.
they're like, make them more like slaves. Like that.
Exactly. Yeah, make them work longer. Those slaves. Yeah.
Give us more rights to push.
What
them
they don't
further.
know is if they're working just 4 days a week, they'll be working till they're 175. If you check the math out.
And
Good. I don't like
companies will love
training
it,
new
too.
people.
Companies will love it too because they don't have to pay out
They
their,
don't have to train people.
presumably they don't have to pay out their retirement benefits until later too if this happens. So,
Is that even a thing anymore? Fucking company retirement benefits? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I feel like that's dead. I feel like that's
yeah.
fucking
No,
dead.
no,
Like the
no, no,
pension.
It's a big thing.
No. Especially, I mean, maybe the pension is dying for sure. But like, if you're with a corporation for a long time, they usually have some type of plan on top of whatever your matching 401k is.
Yeah.
They have some type of other years of service work. You get X
health
amount of like
insurance too.
Stock.
bonus when you retire,
Yeah.
or like a cash option, something like that.
More
Maybe
stock.
stock. Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But if you bump the age up by a few years and life expectancy doesn't go a few years, people are going to be dropping dead before they hit it. So
Because
that's-
fortunately for you, Pat, you haven't really dabbled in the corporate world.
No, I'm just starting. I'm like starting right now, saving for my retirement.
moving
Oh,
on.
yeah. That's good.
It's a good time.
I know we've talked about it a lot lately, but we finally have a reaction from Will Smith over the new Chris Rock comedy special, Selective Outrage, in which Chris calls Will a bitch a dozen times, makes fun of him for slapping him, a person half his size, after dozens of other people made fun of him and called him a bitch and cuck, basically, and his, the relationship with his wife and how his wife was fucking her son's friend or whoever she was fucking. It wasn't great for Will. And poor Will said that he did not watch the special. Sure, yeah, he definitely watched it. But from a source, they said, quote, Will is embarrassed and hurt by what Chris said about him and his family in his Netflix special. He didn't watch it, but he had people tell him what Chris said. Will and Jada have seen comments about it. So, Will's very upset about the special.
He didn't watch it, but he's very upset.
Yeah, and he said that Netflix did him a disservice by allowing this blockbuster comedy special to air on their network.
And he'd
He's-
slap the
his-
head of Netflix.
Right, his
It's
family's on Facebook. His family's on the competitive media corporation. So, like, what do you expect from Netflix? But what, Mark, you might know this. Was it August Alsina, right? That banged Jada? Because the way that Chris Rock laid it down, he was like, He's like, it's one thing to have someone bang your wife. It's another thing for that guy to interview you about how you feel about it.
No.
That was her.
That's two
That
different
was
jokes.
Jada
Two different
interviewing
jokes.
on her
He's saying
podcast,
that
yeah.
one of his son's rapper friends, so someone half
Yep.
his age or less.
I think
That
that's
could have been
also-
the guy Pat said, right?
And then that guy didn't interview Jada or Will Smith. Jada interviewed Will and was like, "Hey, I had an affair. How do you feel?"
Yes. The red room
okay.
or whatever. Yeah. That was the craziest.
So
Remember?
two separate
And then
jokes.
remember his face was a meme. The crying
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith, or was it crying, or he was just like
No, it was crying
He was
Will
so
Smith. He was
dejected,
upset. Yeah.
it was. I mean, it was.
That
it
was a
everywhere.
pretty good one when he was like, not often does the
Right.
people cheat all the time, but then you don't do a national interview on TV where she's like, "I was sucking someone else's dick. How do you feel?"
Right.
You know
And
why I
then
think he did that
everybody
though?
felt bad for him until he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock at the Oscars.
Right.
So
Right.
that guy,
Took it out on
August Alsina,
Chris Rock, yeah.
this is great for friend of the show, Trinidad James, who has a platinum record with him. I love this shit. But did you guys see the clip where Jada's trying to get Will to like do something on her Instagram, and he's like, "Don't fucking do that to me." Essentially saying like, "I'm a bigger star than you. Don't use me for clout."
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like her then being like, "Well, honey, you got to come on my show eventually." Was maybe a little payback, right? Like, come to the
if you're
basement,
both-
get on red table
If you're
talk.
both in the industry and you are married, it's weird to not collaborate, right?
Yeah, but I get. Yeah,
Very
I mean, I
weird
think it
to
was
not
payback.
collaborate.
I think it was payback.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear that. Yeah.
Anyway, that's what's going on in that whole fiasco. The Oscars will have a crisis team, a special crisis team on hand at this year's Oscars, which take place Sunday, in order to avoid a similar slap incident or physical altercation.
Is that what they're calling a bouncer?
Yeah, crisis team. Yeah. So interesting. Okay. Moving on.
Did Jada have any good quotes, Wes? Because I mean, I saw that they were like
No,
upset.
they're
Like,
all
I
they're
mean,
all being like, everyone's saying that Chris Rock is obsessed with Jada Pinkett
Obsessed?
Smith and
I
all
don't
this other
know.
kind of shit. It's like, no, she got slapped.
he
and he's getting his
slapped
payback.
him.
Yeah. You guys know I can't turn down a great lotto story, so here's a quick one. I have one today. That's James Devine. He looks happy, doesn't he? He's holding a $4 million check
does.
from the Massachusetts lottery. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's
You know
happy.
who looks happy is his next of kin, with as old as that guy's
He
looking.
knows shit. Yeah.
Yeah. The divine sons or daughters
he,
were happy. Yeah.
He's actually a Florida man, and he was visiting in Massachusetts for the birth of his fourth grandchild, where he said, "You know what? I don't get the chance to see what other lotteries there are that often, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get the biggest one I can find, which is the platinum jackpot, $4 million scratcher." And he scratched it off, and he won $4 million.
Was
What's
that
that,
did it say $10 scratcher? That's a $50 scratcher, right?
It's
It's
only a $10 scratcher.
How?
Yeah.
What?
I know.
I've never seen a $10 scratcher these days.
Neither
that has
have
that
I.
jackpot. What is?
Neither
Where's
have
he
I.
shopping?
Massachusetts.
That's bullshit. We
I know.
have to pay at least
$50.
$20, $50. Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
You guys need to move to
What?
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Dude, the jackpots are not that good anymore. Like for a $1 scratch off, the jackpot's like $250.
It's because Texas is so huge.
$5, like you're talking about like
Mm.
5,000. You have to get to the 10 and plus range to get into the hundreds of thousands. You can't. There is no jackpot
Yeah.
for over 100,000 for a $5 scratcher or below.
Right. And it's always like you don't want to play. You don't
No,
want
it
to play
sucks.
unless the
'Cause
stakes. Like I don't want your fucking 250. I want
know, but-
millions.
It's a huge deterrent, Pat, because you want the millions, but you also don't want to spend $50 on one scratch
lot.
off. That's insane.
No.
So it's a huge deterrent because I'm not getting a $1 scratch off to win $250. That's the stupidest thing.
Entry
Let's peek in the
prices,
gambler
wow.
brain.
Wow.
Let's peek into the gambler brain. Wes, what exactly does the gambler brain do when approaching scratch offs? Like, are you like, do you
Well,
look
if
at the
you're
50 and say, if I buy that, it's a guaranteed win?
No,
So
if you're a pro, what you do is you get on the app like I do, and you see which scratchers have the most remaining jackpots out.
That's
there.
right.
So
You have to, otherwise you could
That's
be drawing,
public information.
otherwise,
Yes,
otherwise
yes.
you're
You
just
could be
otherwise
drawing
you're on a
dead.
fool's errand. Yeah.
You could be drawing that. You could go for the weekly
I see,
grands.
yes.
You
Yeah.
could go for the weekly
Damn.
grands, and all the jackpots are gone.
That's right.
The
You're
weekend
telling me
rent
there's been a
fucks, though.
code. There's been a code this whole time, and you guys have cracked it already.
Well, you just give yourself a little bit of a better chance.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. You want to
don't
know
wanna-
there's a chance. It makes
Why
it
are
a
you
lot
going to
more
buy
fun too.
a weekly grand if they're all the weekly grands have been given?
Exactly.
What's the point?
Exactly.
Great point. Great point.
Exactly. So that's what you do. By the way, we're gonna.
Do
be
they ever
millionaires.
hit all weekly grands? I mean, like
Yes. So like you can see like when the games come to end of life, all like it's common record. You can go online and see it. It says how many of the $1 prizes, $5 prizes, like 350,000 out of the 400,000 $1 prizes, and it says the same
So
with jackpots.
actually
5 of the 7
makes a
jackpots have been.
difference in your odds.
It does. It
It's a
absolutely
lot like the
does.
Monopoly game.
You don't want to,
absolutely.
like Mark said, you don't want to spend $20 on a ticket if all the jackpots are gone.
But like Will's saying, if there's 3 jackpots left out of 6, half of the jackpots are left, but 75% of the other prizes are gone.
Right.
Mathematically, you have a slight edge because less jackpots proportionally were taken. So yeah, you can do those type of things too.
Yeah.
With it.
Wow, guys! Right now, the $1 million cash blowout. There are 3 prizes remaining in the $1 million cash blowout.
Yeah.
And that's a
Out of
$20
how many?
scratcher. That's a $20 scratcher
To get $1 million.
for fucking.
You
That's
have,
so dumb.
You have to go that high to get to
Out
$1
of
million.
4, Mark. Out of 4.
So so 3 left. So that's good odds. But how many? Look at the other percentages. Is it more than 25% of the rest of the prizes look like they're gone? Just take a look at
How
that.
many tickets are gone? Can
What's
you see
hot
that?
right now? What's hot? I need your brain on this, Mark. I can't tell it
It's
by
these
eye.
200x, 100x things are the hottest things in Texas right now.
Man,
Like
those
the
things.
cash blitzes.
I just
When's
can't.
the weight
I
in
can't
gold?
buy.
And
I
Pat,
buy a
what you
$20.
do-
I buy a $20 scratch off like 3 or 4 times a year, but I just can't do it. It's just so much money for a
And
scratch.
Pat, here's another
For
thing you do
scratching.
is you'll notice on the tickets they have these numbers, right? Like they're numbered like 2465, 2460. Obviously, the later the number, the newer the game, the better chance of all the jackpots not being gone.
For
So you're saying
example,
you have context for how big a number is related to how many?
That's when the
tickets were
game
issued?
was released.
Pat, they got inside information on these
I-
tickets.
we hit 2 jackpots for Christmas, my wife and I. She hit a jackpot on a $1 scratch off. It was like $25 or $50. It was $50. And then I hit a jackpot on a $5 scratcher. The top prize for this Florida $5 scratcher 10 years ago, I would have bought a house.
No,
with
because the
it.
game
It was
you were playing.
$500.
Yeah, but the
$500 was
game you were playing was designed to have a lot of $500 winners.
I know, but still, come on.
What did you
I
do?
had the
Did you ride? Can you get $500 from the convenience store and just let it ride, or you take that and
Well,
walk?
It's hard to get to Florida from here, so I flew to Florida.
It's sitting there.
Cashed-
Oh, you.
No, I cashed it. Taylor's wedding. I was in Florida.
Oh, fuck it. Wes, remember when we went on that ride, that 12-hour ride on the weekly grands, just flipping them? That was one of the best days of my life, man.
See, you guys might have been drawing dead though.
Just
We
buying
could've been.
7-Elevens out of weekly grands. You got any weekly grands? We'll buy them all.
We weren't so wise back then.
We left with nothing.
Yeah. So get in the Patreon because we're going to win the Texas Lotto this weekend. Patreon.com/hardfactor.
Yes.
It's at a record.
$2 by Saturday
That's right.
to Wes.
Which brings us to
The cream of the crop!
guys. I don't know if you were aware, but Jesus Christ was a pretty incredible person. Do you guys know why Jesus?
That's what they say. Yep.
Yeah, they love him.
Yeah.
Do you know why he was crucified, other than just being too good looking?
To die for our sins.
Something about the Jews. Something
Pontius
Hated
Pilate.
by people. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
The
a
Romans
cave involved.
Didn't like him.
Pontius
And then they
Pilate
put him
did
on the
something.
cross there.
Oh, because he said he was God.
Yep. And then they were like,
Well,
no,
there's a few reasons why. So the Jews
we'll only believe
hated
it
him.
after we kill you.
The Jews
Yeah.
hated him because he claimed he was the son of
Give you
God.
the chance to
They were
prove
like,
it.
"Can you believe this guy? He's saying he's the son of God. This is, blasphemous." And that's against the religion to claim that you're the son of God. It's against Jewish law. Very braggadocious.
And
Still
roll those
today.
at Abraham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
Where's
believe it?
murder fall?
Yeah.
Think about it today. Still today, you'd be pretty shocked. Somebody going out there saying, "Hey,
Right.
It's annoying. It's
God.
fucking annoying when someone
It-
says
it-
that
it
they're,
is
that they're
annoying.
God.
It is annoying. Yeah. I know a guy who pretty much claimed he was God, and it got annoying after a while.
Got a load of Jesus
surprised.
saying he's Moses.
Yeah.
Okay, we get it.
He was also
I'm God
associated-
too,
He was also associating with sinners and tax collectors, and then the Romans, like Will said, they crucified him because basically he was a threat to the power, kind of like a MLK or a JFK.
Well, the Romans
You know.
will do that to you if you're a
Yeah,
threat.
he saw them as a threat to their power because he was just too damn gregarious, and people were listening to him a little too much.
you don't want to be amassing power under a Caesar. That's a bad
No.
place to be. He's just
Dude.
going to squash it as soon as he gets wind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The powers that be in Rome start listening to Jesus' talks, and they're like, he's going to take away the bathhouses.
This guy's good.
yeah,
This guy's good.
this guy's good. If we want to keep these bathhouses and these
These
little
fucking
kids,
kids.
we got to
Well,
kill this guy.
Coliseum. You think that's
Yeah.
going to last with him in charge?
No, he's not going to like the lions fighting the humans. And the
Do you think he was a little
gladiator
sloppy
A little
with
bit
his
after
magic?
that. Was
Do you think he was sloppy with his magic? Maybe because I feel like you got to be careful if you have magic. Like if you bust the walking on water just in front of anyone, like if you're making water into wine, like
The
you got
water
to
to wine thing had to just boil the blood of the Romans and the Jews that were upset with him. I mean, like
you show everyone that gift, they're gonna pitchfork you.
I mean,
Right. Yeah. Look at the Salem witch trials. Yeah.
Exactly.
So they
Somebody
charge him
do
with
that.
Keep it inside.
they charge him with the insurrection, and that penalty carried the death by crucifixion. So according to the
6
Bible,
months in jail.
according to the Bible, Jesus was crucified, died on a Friday before Easter Sunday, which is known as Good Friday. He was buried in a tomb, and on the third day, which is Easter Sunday, he rose from the dead, fulfilling the prophecy of the Messiah. He was resurrected, and that monumentous occasion.
That's a magic trick.
That's a magic. I mean, check this out. This is fucking unbelievable. Look at what it looked like. Hang on, I got a picture of this somewhere.
The resurrection.
Yeah, I got a picture of it.
There's some magic here, Wes. Oh
check it
shit,
out.
dude. See, you want to?
That's
If you see
great.
that shit and like with no context, you're gonna go get your gun today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This
him
motherfucker's
above-
floating.
floating above his grave. What is that? The angels with him, and then
That's
people are just-
Raphael's painting from 1502 of the resurrection. So very famous painting of the resurrection. Yeah, and then people were like, "Okay, he's God. We get it. You know, he
flexing
came
too
back to
hard.
life. He's
Okay,
God.
maybe
All
he's
right.
God.
Yeah, he's God. We
I
get
knew it the whole time. I was saying it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You heard me.
Yeah, so he's
There
resurrected.
was a lot
and,
of people immediately if they saw it that day, they were just like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
They changed their tune.
It was a slow clap, is what it was. It was you passed the test. Congratulations.
yeah,
Yeah.
I knew it all along. Yeah,
It was,
yeah.
very
yeah,
tra-
I
it was
know
a training day
I
situation.
was just giving you a hard time.
Look at my boy
Our
being resurrected.
Are bad, but the bathhouses are still cool, right?
That was your first day of training. You passed. You're
that's
a
my
cop
boy.
now.
Told you I was going to resurrect. Anyway, so thanks to that monumentous occasion, we now have the tradition of Easter egg hunts and pictures with a man dressed as a pink bunny and baskets
course,
full of
obviously.
candy hidden for white children across America. And I said all that so we could get to what the grocery store Aldi has turned all their stores into this coming Easter. And that's an X-rated candy shop when they released these marshmallow bunny and chick shaped little cocks. And here they are.
Little
This is what they
cocks, huh?
released. Yeah. They're
Oh,
supposed to be
wow.
bunnies and chicks. But they're actually just little cocks.
It looks like an eighth grader's illustration of a dick, is what it
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
like. Like
It's
if someone quick draws a dick, graffiti style.
Yeah.
It's
And it's pink too.
It's a chode. It's,
How is that a bunny or a chicken?
Look, and it's got like kind of like a little vein going up. Well, I think you got to turn it to the side, maybe. Will I don't know. I really
you
don't
gotta
know.
put it
suck
in
it.
your-
You gotta
you
suck
gotta-
it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
put it
yeah.
in your mouth to find out.
Yeah, yeah. Turn it to
Gotta
the
jiggle it
side.
around first.
Does this look like a dick now?
Oh, that's a bunny.
Yeah. So this
Come
this,
on.
this is trending because this girl put out this viral tweet that says, "Hey Aldi, no sorry Aldi, but that ain't a bunny." And of course she was referring to that's a cock. And even Aldi got in the fun saying, "We can't even defend this one."
Yeah.
So they know it's a little dick.
Yeah.
And
Everyone knows that's a little
yeah,
dick.
yeah. And there you
This
go.
is who was at the food factory and saw that come off the line and was like, "Yep, bunny and chick. This is
Willie,
this will pass."
I'll tell you what, this is a pretty common thing. You know how like growing up we'd see dicks in Disney shit? I got to know a cartoonist who's an older guy. He's our parents' generation, and I asked him about that. He goes, "Oh man, it's very common. It's very common to put dicks into things when you have the power to do it."
But you think this may have been on purpose?
People
It's
do it
one
on
of-
purpose.
It's one of the
Factory
fun
guy
things you
having a
can do
laugh,
in that
yeah.
profession for sure.
And
Right,
you can
exactly.
deny it. You can
Yeah.
deny it. Like
But
this
I'm
is
trying to
pretty
I'm
much-
trying to visualize where the bunny would even be.
It's
Yeah,
not.
so
there,
I know, me too.
Don't
so
even try.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Ears. Start with the ears. Where's
Yeah,
the
so
ears?
is the penis head supposed to be one ear, and then like those are supposed to be cheeks. The balls are supposed to be like cheeks.
Oh, it's chicks and bunnies. It's
Yeah,
chicks,
chicks
Yeah,
and
it's
bunnies,
bunnies
yeah.
and chicks. So,
So you can
the
see
chick
the chicks,
is obvious,
right?
but the bunny is like,
Yeah.
where's the bunny? I guess the bunny is the shaft. The bunny is the shaft, and the chick is mostly the balls.
Should have been chicks and dicks.
Right.
It rhymes.
what it
It's
looks
more
like.
accurate.
Oh,
So
okay.
throw a party
No,
with
I don't
those.
see it. I don't see it. I see a dick.
I see a dick too. That's all
Yeah.
I could see once I saw it. It's just a like a pink dick. So,
Not me. I don't see a dick.
you don't see a dick? You don't see a
It's
little
weird. You
chub?
guys see a dick. I don't see a dick.
Kind of looks
Funny
like a vagina. Looks like a big clit.
Yeah, looks like it's real wet after I saw it. Bunny for me.
Anyway, that was all that Jesus was talking just to get to the marshmallow dicks.
Yeah.
And that's all I got for the coffee.
Strong.
Yeah, which was brought to you by our fantastic sponsor, Fast Growing Trees. And I know I've asked you guys this a lot this week, but would you rather look at your neighbor's windows or a beautiful, luxurious row of evergreen trees?
Wes, every time the trees, please.
I know. I
The
don't
answer
expect
is-
your answer to change.
It's an evergreen answer.
Right. Exactly. With fastgrowingtrees.com, you can get a privacy fence, 7-foot, glorious evergreen trees that you will never have to repair or replace for half the cost of installing a fence, and it's going to be a better looking fence. Fastgrowingtrees.com. Plant experts curate thousands of easy-to-grow plant, shrub, tree varieties for your unique climate. Meyer lemons to evergreens and everything in between. So what you do is you go on the website, you punch in where you live, and they're going to tell you exactly what kind of plants will thrive in that environment. And that makes shopping real nice.
It's sick. I had a buddy in Austin who had a neighbor issue where he built like a little tiny house, and one of the neighbors called a zoning board on him. And I got on my phone, got up Fast Growing Trees, and he was letting me stay in the tiny house as a favor. It's so inexpensive. I ordered him 4 trees, and they were like they come like 9 feet tall, ready to go. So it was like immediately solved the problem.
They're like little middle fingers to the neighbor.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
yeah,
don't
and
worry.
you can curse them out while you like dig it and install the tree. You know, I don't
You
know.
see what you made me do?
Plant it is what they call installing a tree.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And you plant it.
To install that tree.
You gotta bolt that
Install it.
tree right on there.
And don't worry, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have a green thumb, their plant experts will help you, guide you on how to diagnose, treat common plant problems year round, so you can keep those trees going forever, as long as you own your house. And no more waiting in lines and hauling heavy plants around, going to nurseries, getting your car dirty. With fastgrowingtrees.com, you order online, as Pat said, they come right to your door, and they will impress whoever they are delivered to. You'll be like, well, what's happening outside? The neighbors will be looking out their curtains like, is that a fucking tree he's getting delivered?
What does he know?
Shit. Holy shit. Listen, I know the price of avocados is not really going up, but again, guacamole is pretty expensive. You know what they used to make guacamole? Avocados. And now you don't have to buy avocados because you can just grow them right in your own house with an avocado tree. That's what I'm
Free
going to
guac.
do. Yeah. So
Man.
they also have the 30-day Alive and Thrive guarantee. And you know everything will look great fresh out of the box. So join over 1.5 million happy Fast Growing Trees customers. Go to fastgrowingtrees.com/factor now to get 15% off your entire order. Get 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com/factor. And probably, you know, the most impressive gift, an original gift you can get anyone, like Pat did. I mean, Pat, did that guy call you and thank you profusely?
It was amazing, and guess what? I have carte blanche to stay at that tiny house anytime
It's
I'm
like-
in Austin.
It's like
Yeah.
it's half your house now.
Right,
It's
yeah,
half
you
my
own
house.
half the house, yeah.
Four fast growing trees did it. It's easy.
Yeah.
Pow. Think about how your wife will feel. And if you
It's
grow
like a
avocados,
timeshare you
bro,
got in that thing. Yeah.
oh, it's all day. You guys could stay there. If you grow avocados, it opens you up to the yoga set too. If you know what I'm saying. If you got avocados in your house, a whole new dating
Wow,
pool.
yeah, hey,
They come to you.
Want to come check out my fresh avocados?
Limber.
Imagine
They
handing a
come
chick
to
an
you.
avocado you grew.
Oh, I grew up
Why don't you just
myself.
put up a sign in Lululemon
Yeah, maybe sign it with a paint pen before you give it to her.
and Whole Foods? Yeah. All right. Who was going second? Me?
That's you, Mark.
Okay. Yeah. All right. It's time to power up for springtime with Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit. Fatathon is in full swing. Fat Boy Summer's coming. A great tool for both of those is the nutritious, chef-prepared meals delivered straight to your door, leaving you time and energy to tackle everything on your to-do list from Factor meals. If you want to look and feel your best in time for warmer weather, how about the Calorie Smart meals that start at 550 calories or less? Pretty good.
I'll say.
Yeah,
It's
that'll
pretty good
help.
for a
That's
meal.
pretty good. Mhm.
Yeah. Factor has delicious flavor-packed meals to help you live to the fullest. Choose from keto, vegan, veggie plus, calorie smart, protein plus. You can get the chef's selection. You can pick them out manually yourself. It's 34 chef-prepared meals, 45 plus add-ons. We're talking smoothies, desserts, everything top quality.
Oh, yeah.
Seasoned perfectly. everything goes well together in the entree. The entree and the sides go together. Best, by far best meal kit we've tried, and we've tried a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, get Factor and enjoy clean eating without the hassle. It's just 2 minutes. You can have your food ready. Then you can throw it in the trash. You don't have to do dishes. It's perfect. Head to factormeals.com/hardfactor50 and use code hardfactor50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code hardfactor50 at factormeals.com/hardfactor50 to get 50% off your first box. All right, guys. If you will, I'd like you to come into the bathroom with me and enter the cocaine corner.
Sick.
Nice.
Let's head to the cocaine corner. Hell yeah. First, it was Cocaine Bear, the movie based on based on a true story, sort of, that has incredible premise and pretty mediocre reviews.
Yeah.
Then there was the Cocaine Shark. Has anyone seen Cocaine Bear out of us?
Still haven't.
No.
Still have.
I'm not rushing to theaters for it.
We're still getting around to it.
Yeah, we'll watch it. We're gonna get to it. Then there was the Cocaine Shark, from a story I think Will did last week about cocaine missing in the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Cocaine Turtle too. There was one.
Cocaine Turtle. Now meet Cocaine Large African Wildcat.
Whoa.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Cocaine big cat.
Whoa.
Cocaine Big Cat. Woo! It's a serval. Back in January of this year, during what turned out to be a very not routine traffic stop in or around Cincinnati, Ohio. Go ahead, Pat.
I was just saying, by the looks of that cat, that's not the cat you want to get cocaine into. That's a real
Gonna
long
be
neck,
so fast.
skinny,
Yeah.
already
It can get-
jittery cat.
But its neck is long. It can get to the cocaine no matter where it is on the table.
Oh yeah, I can
Yeah.
sniff it from
It
any
can
angle.
It can get to the cocaine.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
bro.
so fast you'll never
that
catch
neck?
it once
Oh,
it gets
you're
coked
fucked.
up.
Yeah, you'll never be able to get it
Coke's
in focus. It's always going to look blurry. It's going to be moving so quick. Man.
Oh man! So this routine turned not routine traffic stop in Cincinnati, Ohio. They pull this guy over in January. He rolls down the window, and a fucking serval cat jumps out of the car and climbs up a tree. Shh, real quick.
What is it,
they're like,
Mark? What is this cat?
This is a African cat that lives in the savannah, and it has the largest ears of any cat, big, medium, small, and it uses its ears to, like, it lays in the tall grasses and it listens to things crawling in the grasses, and then it pounces on them.
I mean, it kind of looks like a massive house cat. Like,
Yeah.
just a
It
really big one.
It looks like some of the hybrid house cats, but this is a full-on non-hybrid African cat.
Right,
That's
with
illegal
long, like
states
front
to own.
legs, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Cat in a hat
illegal,
kinda.
certainly in Ohio, the state that it was in, to own. So, I guess what happened was, I don't know what happened, but it was kind of like a sucks that you lost your cat in the tree scenario. Here's your ticket. Or they took him to jail if it was a DUI, but they didn't resolve the fact that the cat got to the tree, because for the next several weeks, locals started reporting there's a leopard in the trees, because it looks like a leopard from at night, has spots and stuff like that. And they're like, there's a large leopard in the trees. What the hell is going on here?
He's finishing his Coke stash. Everybody,
Right.
just calm down.
That's
So
exactly right.
the cat wasn't restrained. I mean, again,
No,
we
no.
talked about this a little bit, restraining animals in the car or not. I know how you guys feel about it. But a cat like that, I feel like you got to have like some sort of restraint on it in the event that this happens. Someone opens the door.
You know what happened, Pat, is he probably thought it was restrained. It had worked its way out, and then when he rolled down the window, out it goes.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah. So out it goes up in the trees. People are calling in leopards. Eventually, the Cincinnati Animal Care Facility gets a hold of it, because these trappers went out, like this cat expert, and like you'll hear this guy whose title is the what is it? He's the dog boss of the town. He's the dog.
He's the meow
czar.
boss.
Dog catcher.
Yeah. What the fuck is his title? I had it written down here
He's
somewhere.
the meow master.
He's got no. He's
Bark
no.
boss.
He's
Yeah.
he's specifically like the dog czar of Ohio.
Alpha.
Yeah, he went out
He's
there.
the alpha dog.
Chief dog, top dog, boss dog. Boss dog
Yeah.
went out there with a cat catcher and a couple other people, and they eventually get this fucking serval out of the tree. It breaks its leg. None of them got hurt, but like during
Right. I'm
the
sure it
scuffle-
did it. I'm sure
During-
the
right.
cat broke its leg.
During the
I'm
scuffle,
sure.
it broke its leg. They get it to the Cincinnati Animal Care Center, where they run tests on it, and this thing is jacked to hell with narcotics, specifically cocaine. And they're like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, how did it get the cocaine?" Because by the time they caught it, cocaine would have gotten out of its system if it was from the shithead owner, who may or may not give it cocaine. But that rules out that it's only from the shithead owner. Someone else had given it cocaine too. Did he pinch a stash and take it up the tree? Did this cat discover some sort of narcotic ring up in the top of trees where the Ohio drug dealers leave their stashes because they don't want to get caught, like in the ocean? Or more likely, was this cat expert trapper using narcotics to subdue the cat, and one of the narcotics was cocaine for some reason, and that's
shit. like a special dart. He's got like a homemade mix.
He was tranking him or anesthesia him or whatever, and he got him he made a cocktail that had cocaine in it as well.
It's my own personal.
You think that the cocaine would jack him up, but actually,
I learned this during my time down in South America.
Yes. Exactly. So yeah, that's the first cocaine story. He's in a zoo now. He's in the Cincinnati Zoo, which has a great track record for taking care of their animals, right?
Yeah,
of
dude.
course, right? R.I.P. Sweet Prince.
Yeah.
I don't think this is illegal though, because remember the Zanesville thing. Remember that horrible situation where that dude, the zookeeper, killed himself and then let all the fucking lions and tigers go. Do you remember that? That was in Ohio. I think Ohio's pretty friendly to big cat laws.
No. I know specifically, Pat. I did the story. It's illegal to have a serval in Ohio. It's legal in Kentucky and a couple bordering or nearby states, but Ohio, no servals. And
you definitely can't. One of the
that guy
listeners,
we just popped up. Yeah, his buddy did 15 months in jail for dealing servals. He said
for dealing servals. Oh man, that's more than coke.
Yeah. No, these cats are very illegal because they're like. They run 45 miles an hour and they can fucking kill you. They're like 55 pounds.
You don't want a serval getting out in the neighborhood.
No, and you don't want it on cocaine, like we said, because that's just insane.
Right.
I wouldn't want my house cats on cocaine. Like they'd be running around the house. It would be like a scene from the Christmas Vacation when the squirrel got out, just be like starting around. The dog would get involved.
Terrifying.
Anyways, rounding out the cocaine corner.
I don't know. Maybe just one night in a room full of coked up cats would be interesting.
It could be.
Just
Maybe
one time only.
Maybe if they had like gel tabs on their claws or were
just one time only.
Inhumane. Yeah.
They wouldn't get hooked, hopefully.
Yeah. I think they might. They probably would.
Passing on the room full of coked out cats.
I am
just to observe it one time, just to see.
I would go with you, Will. I'd go with you.
Can't you watch it from like a video feed?
Yeah.
No.
Some plexiglass.
No, you got to be in there and feel the vibe, you know?
Yeah. You guys don't get
It's scary in here.
Yeah.
It's tense in here.
You just want to be real scared?
Yeah. It is tense in this room. I want out, but I've set a timer.
Want to feel the energy.
Yeah.
I told him no matter what I said, leave me in here 90 minutes.
It's getting good in here now.
Rounding out the cocaine.
Just coked out, trying to not make any sudden moves.
Yeah, you're also on coke. You'd have to be.
I mean, yeah. Well, are you kidding, bro? You're not going to the serval coke room sober.
I gotta match their energy.
They'll know. They'll know if I'm not.
You got to show them that you're doing it. Yeah.
Keep going, man. They know.
They're plotting against you.
You're gonna offend them.
Why are they grouping up? Why are they grouping up over there?
Gotta be dominant with the cocaine use in here.
They're talking about something. I can't understand it.
Rounding out the cocaine corner, the WWE, a company that historically has had a lot of employees that love cocaine. One of them is our show's mascot, for example, right?
Yeah.
Is trying to get their matches on major sports books so that people in the U.S. in legal sports gambling states can bet on the matches that are scripted, right?
What?
So weird.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Is this a stunt? Is it a publicity stunt?
They want to do it.
Could be, Pat, but they're really going for it. So it sounds like an idea from someone that has been spending a lot of time in the cocaine corner, right? So,
Yeah. You know,
I know what we'll do.
You know what's next?
Yeah.
Well, so let's think about it like this, though. So it's kind of like a prop bet on like a song being played first at the Super Bowl. They're not going to allow you to bet. They're not going to allow you to put $1 million on these things. They'll allow you to put little wagers that if you guess right, then you win a little bit of money, right? It's kind of
You're
like
referring
it's
to
kinda
the
that.
fact that-
promo. It's almost a promo thing.
Yeah,
You're referring to the fact that the artist knows which songs first. The
Yes.
everyone in the band, everyone in that's
Yes.
friends
The
with
I
them.
info
mean, there's
Get
a
out.
set
Yes.
list.
The
of
people
who
that
wins
have
and
to build the
everything.
stage, the
Exactly.
the dancers,
Yes.
everyone, like thousands of people know the first song. So
Yes.
by word of mouth, then millions of people know the first song.
Could
Like,
be, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That's why it's a
same-
$30 max bet.
Right,
usually.
same thing with
Right.
WWE. But so this is what they're doing because they know in the past they know that people have gotten leaks. So they're reportedly working with Ernst & Young, an accounting group, to help prove that their new system will secure results of the matches, so the public can't learn the results ahead of time and be able to get an edge gambling.
Yeah, but
Because-
the system. Yeah, but it doesn't matter about the system, like you just said, Mark. The people.
Yeah, no, but this is what they're doing. They're
The
going to
wrestlers too. You're talking about
Right, the
a
people who
group
know,
of
there's people who
roided
have
out
to know.
men from Florida who are sometimes calling the outcomes of the matches during the match. You telling me those guys aren't going to be feeding inside information to all their
Well,
cousins?
they're
They're
only
only
gonna-
betting on it.
They're only going to tell them
Exactly.
2 hours before.
Underpaid.
They're only going to tell.
Roided out.
They're only going to tell the coked out wrestlers 2 hours before now, so that the wrestlers don't know. And I
I
guess
don't play that way, brother. I got
I guess they-
integrity.
I guess they're going to tell them not to text or call anyone in those 2 hours
Yeah,
before.
right. Okay.
And the writers who came up with the storyline a day before are also definitely not going to tell their friends if it gets on sports.
Yeah, it's just going to be a free for all. They're going to sprint to the fucking sports book and put down the max bet on it.
There was one guy like 5 to 10 years ago who set the internet on fire because he started putting out the results for pay-per-views like a week before, like Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. He would say who was going to win every match.
Oh, I
And
think
he-
I remember that.
And he
yeah.
put
He
it in
was
these
biffing
internet.
it.
He put it in these internet forums as predictions, and you can bet on these matches on the overseas sites like Bovada and stuff like that. So people were making a ton of money off this dude because he went like 30 for 30 over the course of like 7 pay-per-views. And
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
great.
damn.
Yeah.
And then everyone caught on to it. And like the WWE had to do this big like clog the leaks, fill up the leaks. Like what's
He must
going
have
on? here?
maybe had access to their server or something. Like he must have
Yeah,
figured out.
he probably worked for them or was a
worked
friend-
for him. Yeah.
or he's a friend that worked for him. Like thousands of people know these results. He just had the balls to put it on the internet.
Right, it's a play,
Anonymous.
guys. It's a play. It's like leaking how the play is going to go tonight.
It
It's
would be
not
electric
sports.
though to go to a WWE. If I ever go to a WWE thing, which I'm not above, it'd be hilarious to be able to bet on it. Would be fucking.
Oh, I know.
phenomenal.
I
Oh
mean,
my
look,
God.
it's a good thing in
Yeah,
my mind because
live.
it's a good
Oh,
thing in my mind because like
Maybe with
you,
one of those cats.
you either don't know and you can bet on it, or you can now know and you can bet on it. It only hurts. It only hurts the sports books. Who? Why would they ever go for this? Like it
because
as
it's
a-
going to be minimum.
as
it'll
a
be-
user.
50
This
bucks
is
max.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably
Yeah.
will. But also it's an interesting move that might be sort of a play because as reported by me, I believe about a month or so ago, the WWE had sold to the Saudi Arabia. That was not true, but they were trying to, and they're going through official first round bid stages with potential buyers now. And they think that being able to be on sports books is a very like intriguing added
wow.
added
Yes.
value.
to try to get the Saudis.
Yes, to try to get the Saudis to be like, look, we're in all the sports books. So that's what's going on there.
That's
Yes, we don't gamble. We don't do that, but we like that you do it.
We like that
We
a lot
sell
of you
it to
do it.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taking to the internet, this WWE fan reacted when he heard that the WWE admitted that their matches were scripted during this debate. He's like, "What? The matches were scripted? What do you mean?" That's the Undertaker guy when the Undertaker lost at WrestleMania.
Oh man.
There's no
heard-
real adult men anymore that believe it's unscripted, right?
If there are, you need to not be associated.
Don't tell them.
Yeah.
I've heard that going on acid is a really fantastic experience from
Oh,
a
I
couple
bet.
people.
Dude, I would absolutely go
It's
to
a great
live
show, man.
WWE.
Those are
100%.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like all those people, they compete to be amazing performers in the ring, and they put on like pyrotechnics behind them.
It's a great show.
It's got to be.
It's like
fun.
a male soap opera. It's soap opera
Yeah.
for dudes, basically.
And they're in San
Yeah,
Antonio
fun
like
show.
7 times a year. I mean, they live.
Oh,
in
they're in
San
Austin
Antonio.
a lot, dude. They're in Austin a lot. Yeah.
I went to a monster truck show not too long ago, and it was electric.
Solo?
Most of them are
No, with
not.
Cam.
Yeah, rodeo. You guys go rodeo? Boom.
Yeah,
Monday Night
Rodeo's
Raw's live.
Yeah.
Some of them
Ro-
are pre-recorded, some of them are not. No, Pat was just at the
Yeah.
rodeo this
I was
weekend.
at the Houston Rodeo on Friday. It was great, man.
Rodeo's a good time. Yeah, all those things are fun, man.
So that's it. You want to play the cocaine clip again? Or?
Yeah, do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good asset.
I gotta go.
Where's
back.
that?
Oh, hang on. Okay.
Come
here
on,
we go.
man. We got
The cocaine corner.
Fuck yeah, guys. All right, gentlemen, I have a game for you. You guys ready for the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here are the rules. I'm going to ask you what the single biggest issue with a specific organization is, and then you guys tell me what you think it is. And you don't have to all have a unique answer, okay? It's not like a snake draft, but you can only pick one specific issue. The biggest
One
issue with
thing.
this
It has to
organization.
be one thing only.
So you can think about it, but okay, one thing. Don't have to be all different answers. They can all be the same answer if you want, if you guys all agree. Okay. What is the single biggest problem with the Catholic Church?
Pedophilia.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and agree with Wes on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it would take you 6 seconds, guys.
Yeah.
Pedophilia. Thought it was going to be unanimous.
No,
we
yeah,
didn't work,
I mean-
we didn't
Well, I
work
mean,
that
it
bit out
was.
ahead
It
of
just-
time, but I figured
I mean,
it
I
was
guess
going through your heads.
well, if you have to think back, like all historically, I mean, this is still probably the worst, but I mean, they've done a lot
100%.
of bad things, right? You know,
Yeah. I was
so,
thinking like the schools for the
yeah, exactly.
Killing
Yeah.
kids.
in Canada and the U.S.
Recent example.
They fucked those kids too. It's pedophilia. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay, so we talked about this a little bit when the story first broke. This is back in July. But back in July, a website called The Pillar, let me know if this sounds familiar, thepillar.com, they outed a big-time priest named Monsignor Jeffrey Burrell by saying that they had mobile app data that indicated that the Monsignor was regularly trolling Grindr for some
at
hot
Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. No, he could have been there too. But specifically, they were looking into Grindr because he was on there all the time for some hot, consensually legal, of age gay sex. And then
I was recruiting
also-
sinners to convert them.
Right, exactly. You don't understand, guy. You caught me mid undercover operation. You gotta let me finish this thing out here.
I had to prove how gay he was, and boy, was he gay.
Yeah. Now, what are we gonna do about him? Because I got to tell you how gay he is. Because
It's gonna take a long time, a lot of sessions in church with this guy. He is real gay.
I'm so glad you caught me. What do you think we should? I was going to ask you. No, this guy was at a bathhouse so often that he kept a toothbrush there, and they. Yeah, it was found out through data. Someone bought a bunch of data, and that was reported by thepillar.com. This is back in July. But back then, we didn't know who, what, where, when. We just knew that a really prominent priest was banging dudes on Grindr, hanging at a bathhouse. And essentially a Catholic website, The Pillar, had outed him, saying that they figured this out because of data on his phone. Here's the deal. It seems that a group of conservative Catholic Coloradans spent millions of dollars over the last 4 years to buy mobile app tracking data that identified priests who used gay dating and hookup apps, and then they shared that information with bishops around the country like gay tattletales.
What a nightmare for gay priests.
It's huge for gay priests,
Yeah.
horribly huge.
This is one of those tech doing good things.
Is this tech doing good thing? This is
Yeah.
pretty horrible, bro. This is pretty
Well, they're
terrible.
catching them through technology, right? This is
These guys aren't pedos.
Yeah,
These
they're
guys
not
aren't
pedos, they're
pedos,
being
Mark.
gay.
They're
Oh,
just
gay.
gay men. They're just adult gay men.
So,
Bang.
Which is very against the Catholic Church, though.
it's also against the code, but right.
No,
yeah,
no.
It's not a crime what they're doing, right?
You're
It's
tapping.
going on Grindr
You guys are
is
tapping in on
fine.
something. By the logic of this organization, which is a big business organization, $4.1 million was spent to track gay priests. By the logic, the problems with the Catholic Church are ranked in this order. Number one.
They're
They
nipping
got
that
like
in
a
the bud
special
first.
team. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to go hunt these gay priests.
That's a lot of
Everything we got
funding,
goes
man.
into getting rid of the gay priest.
Right, 100%. Right, they rank it number one issue.
The gay priest
Gay priests breaking their vow of celibacy. Number two issue, but probably not. Straight priests breaking their vow of celibacy. Number three, something else. Four, something else. Five, six. It's probably around seven. Pedophilia for the last 200 years, covered up by the fucking Catholic Church. Focus
They
your
did do
dollars,
that
boys.
half-day seminar that was supposed to be 3 days that they shortened to a half a day on it.
Exactly.
True.
Really, pedophilia should have been like, the number one issue.
1 through 5.
No. The money was spent just to bust guys and guys breaking their vows of celibacy.
That sucks. I mean, I maybe their thought is that like those people are more likely to also be doing the
It's
abuse.
not the thought at
but
all, Will. I'm
mean-
going to get in the mission statement.
That's what I thought.
That's what
It's-
they think, yes.
That's where I went.
They don't think that. They literally are banging it down to
Thought they
the
were getting young
breaking
boys
of the
on
I think it's
Grindr.
the sixth vow or something that priests take, the vow of celibacy, they just can't deal with it, and they're starting with the gays. They'll get to the straights eventually. But
So I'd like to ask like Father Brian or anyone with knowledge on it, why celibacy could it be amended at some point?
Well, so the Pope was entertaining it because apparently there's some priests down in the Amazon who have a different cultural situation.
Sure.
But the Pope essentially, after this came out, right, and the Pope's really on the hot seat as
a
of
good
late,
recruitment tool.
He essentially put it off. He said, "No comment," is what he said. No comment. Guys, the name of the organization is the Catholic Laity and Clergy Renewal, and their trustees are 4 really fucking rich guys that do not want gay priests banging hot young gay ass.
Not in their Catholic church.
No, this is one of them.
Listen, can you imagine going to church on Sunday and then finding out that the priest who you've been listening to for all these years is banging other guys? That is devastating.
I'm not listening to a word he says in that hour.
Dude,
I gotta throw everything he said out the window.
Right.
Yeah.
That must have happened to these guys,
He made my life better, but that was honky.
Yeah.
What must have happened to them?
salesman.
They joined the priesthood and then banged a dude and then felt bad about it.
No, I'm saying they must have felt bamboozled. They couldn't believe they were listening to a gay guy for
Right.
years.
That's right.
And then they're at the Albertsons.
What became a better person taking their advice? Those queers.
Right.
Yeah.
We're getting a divorce.
He was a nice guy, but I can't. No. Mm-mm.
And have you seen these
Not
Easter
this.
marshmallows? This is a problem, guys.
Yeah.
My kids loved him, but hell no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, through marriage counseling with that guy.
Also, I think I answered my own question. Marriage counseling. The reason they can't change the celibacy is because they'd be fucking everyone's wives. A charismatic,
Right, a charismatic priest
that's
get
allowed
out of
to
town.
bang now.
He wears the frock
get
and
it.
everything. Whew.
Get
And
it out
Christ
here.
was chaste. Christ was, I guess the term is chaste, and also you have your highest calling has to be the church, not pussy.
Well, that's
Right,
what I'm
or-
saying. They
or
would just
ass.
be slaying
or
ass,
ass,
and then
yeah.
and then all
Confession
these husbands would come and try to kill the priest. It would be a mess. Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're doing it, Mark, because this is a loophole that's really hard to stop. Because getting banged out by a ripped, hot Catholic priest from Denver, you're going to keep that on the low because you want it to happen again. You're not telling anyone. It's not going to create a
That's
scandal
hot.
in the community.
Yeah.
Guys, the goal, and this is according to tax records of the Catholic laity and clergy for renewal, the goal is to, quote, empower the church to carry out its mission by giving bishops evidence-based resources with which to identify weaknesses in how they train priests. And they got data between 2018 and 2021 from multiple dating and hookup apps, including Grindr, Scruff, Growler, Jacked. They also got data from Bung, Brown Towel, Gore, Twink
Brown
Finder,
towel?
How many of these are real?
Bear Den. They got data from Brobang.
These are real, dude.
How many of these are real?
What's brown towel?
Brown towels. You lay down a brown towel. You never got into that joke. A gay guy told us once that they like to lay down brown towels because in case some dookie comes out.
Oh.
It's the
Which do you
clickbait.
think are real? Which do you think are real?
I don't think brown
Not
towel's
brown
real because
towel.
that's an inside joke we've had.
That's not a real one.
Yeah,
Okay.
brown towel's not real.
I'll tell you what's not real, guys, is Bear Den, Twink Finder, Gore, Brown Towel, or Bung. What is real is
Well, great.
Scruff, Growler, and Jacked, and of course Grindr.
Look, honey, I downloaded Bung. I thought it was a game.
Oh, the search engine.
I thought it was a search engine. Yeah, Bing. I thought it was a search engine. I thought it was
That
a
new
bug.
AI. I
was
wanted to try the new AI.
I thought it was like an exterminator thing.
Oh man, they also got on fucking OkCupid, but it seems like the majority of the data came from Grindr, and people who are familiar with the project, I guess there's like a couple people that leaked the data. There was a phone call, not a phone call, but a meeting that was recorded and was given to the Washington Post. This is how this is all coming out. One report prepared for bishops says that the group's sources are data brokers who get the information from ad exchanges, which are sites where ads are bought and sold in real time, like the stock market, right? And the group cross-referenced location data from the apps and other details like locations of church residencies, workplaces, seminaries. So effectively, they were just hunting. One tech guy described it as a monumental task to be able to figure this out. Like essentially you have one piece of data and on the other side of the world another piece of data, like a needle in the haystack, and putting them together was a gargantuan undertaking, a
This was a
$4.1
twin
million
hunt.
It was a major twink hunt. It was a serious twink hunt, guys.
The bung hunt. It was a bung search.
Oh man,
I thought I deleted it, honey.
we are in the bung hole after these guys. We were deep in it, man. We were deep in it. Yeah, it's horrible.
Damn. I mean, that's crazy, man. It's nuts that these dudes aren't breaking any laws and they're going after them like that. I get it's against the church code or whatever, but
but guys, my point is
that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of effort that could be going into the
serious
other
privacy invasion, right? Just to catch somebody breaking a rule that's only a rule in that religion.
I mean, guys, literally. Now, I'm not being facetious here. They could have spent this money to root out pedos who will go to any.
They don't want to root out
actually
the
a crime.
pedos. They don't
It's
want to
actually
root
a
out the
crime.
pedos. They know they don't want to do it. There's so many of them. They obviously cover it up. They move priests around. They're not that concerned about it.
They're not hypocrites, Pat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, man. Well, they're gonna have a big problem because one expert
Pedos they
estimated-
might be, but they're not hypocrites. They're not coming after their own.
One expert estimated that there might be up to one third of the priests in the Catholic Church are gay. Obviously, that's just one person's estimate. Who knows if that's true or not? But look, there's nothing wrong with like going and serving God, right? And then also finding a convenience to not having to explain to anyone that you're gay, right? As long as you bang young, hot, 18-plus ass, which all these guys are doing.
Right, but you're also supposed to be celibate,
Right.
regardless of what you're banging.
Right. The
Glass
church. Again, the
houses,
church is
Wesley.
going to.
Oh, hey, I'm not signing up to be a priest. Trust me. But
No,
that's
trust
when you sign up to be a priest. That's what's expected of you.
I think we got to check Wes's phone for bung.
Wild story. Wild story. Wes, you been bung searching?
Not lately.
Speaking of bung searching,
Who created this profile for me?
live
It's
comment
just
from
buttholes.
Jim. He says those can't all be real, and I'm not Googling that.
Go for it, Jim. It's like a game of Russian gay roulette.
I caught on with brown towel because that's an inside joke we've had for years. Because one gay guy told Pat and I and Will, I think when we were working with them, that they lay down brown towels because it prevents any sort of scat from being an embarrassing issue.
This is darker.
You just
towel.
don't want it to be a white towel for sure.
Yeah.
It sounds like. Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a mother not getting a new mom not getting a white bathing suit because guess what? You're gonna get Cheeto hands on it. Similar vibe.
Right. You don't wear a white bathing suit when you're having your period type thing.
You don't make the
shit
girls
smear towel patterns.
right. The women's teams don't typically have the white shorts for the uniform.
That's not outing yourself when you buy a shit smeared towel
Where'd you guys meet?
for a friend.
Oh, we met on it was Brown Towel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is what I've been looking for.
We love the gays, and
Yes, of course.
yeah, and anyone that serves God or any true calling, honestly. But fuck these guys, man.
We love everybody.
Love
Everybody love
Doesn't
everybody.
fuck kids. Yeah.
Everybody love everybody. Party on and be excellent to each other, like Bill and Ted said. All right. Speaking of loving our community, it's time.
It's time for the high five.
That's right. The Hive 5 DMs, VMs, Apple Pods, 5-star reviews, and Spotify 5-star reviews, comments, and Spotify poll results. When I do the DMs, I like to do Hive's funniest videos. So here they are. We've got a top 5 this week, guys. First up from Timmy and intern Jackson. We got a little information, shed some light on what's going on with these whales and their aggressive behavior that I know scares a couple of you guys. So this might explain a little bit more.
Back in the day, they said that there would be like sea monsters.
Yes.
And then a study came out that when whales have sex, they usually have threesomes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, where there's one female and 2 males, so there's more chance of her getting pregnant.
Good for them.
Yeah, and while the other male is waiting, he will flap his dick out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's
that
what
was the sea monster.
And that was a sea monster. That what it looks like a tentacle, but it's a whale's dick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a great Portuguese insight. It does look
See?
kind of like
It's
a whale's
kind of
dick
the
right
same
there.
thing.
Yeah.
Now can you Google whale dick?
Yeah, please.
Sea
There it is
monster,
over there.
look.
Yes, on the
Absolutely,
right.
see?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Just
I
like
learned
Orion's
something today.
cock,
So Nessie could have been a whale cock the whole time.
The whole time.
There's no whales in the Loch Ness, are there?
Well,
No,
maybe
I don't
one
think so,
got
Matt.
in.
I don't think it explains Nessie. But
How, Mark? How did it get it?
Did you see that image that Will showed, which is from that clip, is the image of the Loch Ness monster.
Right.
it does It does look like the Loch Ness monster. A whale cock looks like the Loch Ness monster. So,
Dude,
who
what a
knows?
cue that is! What a cue! Just like a gangbang cue where you just spinning your meat around just to
keeping it
stay
ready.
warm,
Keeping
right? It's
it
like
ready.
jogging on
Now-
the sideline.
Yep.
It
keep
also
your muscles
explains.
loose.
It also explains the whales' massive hogs. They have the biggest dicks of any mammal out there, and so the guys are like, oh, you're always fluffing yourself up like in the waiting room, basically, if you're a whale. So it makes sense. You're gonna evolve to,
Could you
have something
imagine
to show off while
just,
you're waiting.
just getting hammered? Put yourself in a female whale's shoes, and you're just getting pounded, just deep dick,
double teamed,
and you're
all
like,
the
"This is
time.
the biggest whale dick I've ever had," and then you glance over to the guy that's next up, and his dong is even bigger. I mean, like that's like.
And there are humans taking pictures of it and thinking it's a sea
they're all
monster.
on the surface.
Thinking it's a sea monster. Yeah.
Oh man, I hope this ends soon. Oh my God, look at that.
Yeah, it's a wild scene. on the
That's
ocean.
next.
Good thing we're not female whales.
So it's like having Ken Griffey Jr. in the batting circle.
thing, huh?
Right?
I want to get reincarnated as a
You ever put
female
your
whale.
head? You ever put your mind there? You ever just think about that?
You did something wrong in your last life if you get reincarnated as a female whale.
Am I an orphan?
I get it. Touche. Reincarnation.
Some people probably love that reincarnation. Next up, keeping it in the animal kingdom from Mama C. She sent in a video of the very rare American ghost bird. Guys, check this freak out.
Oh, this thing is crazy.
Look at it. It's like it's like an owl-looking thing.
Right, is it supposed to be outside during the day, or
I don't know.
It looks like it has meth mouth, dude.
is it a baby one of them?
It
It's
does.
like a methed out owl.
Right.
Fucked
It looks.
up.
It looks like those anti-dipping commercials where some
Right.
guy loses his jaw.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking cancerous owl.
It's the weirdest looking.
That owl
bird
can
I've ever
handle a
seen.
big dick with that size mouth, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no
Yeah,
teeth.
whale size.
Yeah. Just
American
little-
ghost bird.
like a cover for a golf club on a whale's dick. That owl would
Super
be.
thick one. I don't know about how big because it would just poke through the back of its head. It's not that large of an animal, but it can get around it.
Right. If it was proportional, if it was bigger,
Yeah.
you could imagine.
It's got a mouth. Yeah.
Next up from listener
What's next?
Kyle. Next up from listener Kyle, it's all you can eat for under $1. Here you go.
Anyway,
She's got a
you
dollar
know what
bill
that
in her
is.
shorts.
That's all you can eat under $1.
Oh! She wants
Play
you
it
to get
again.
down on it.
I'll play it again so you guys can catch it.
What
it's
is
a
this?
I forget which restaurant this is, but this is a waitress,
A
and she
lifelong
has
waitress.
a dollar bill right in the top of her apron. Here it is.
In there. Anyway, do you know what that is? That's all you can eat under $1.
Her vagina's underneath the butt.
Yeah, vagina,
Yeah.
her old vagina's under that thing.
That's a joke a lady that works in that restaurant for 55 years makes.
Harry's Plaza Cafe.
I love it.
Cafe.
That's
I
what it
love
said.
it.
It's
I
in
wanna go there.
Santa Barbara. It's in Santa Barbara, California,
She's the
In-
best.
in wine country.
Yeah.
Well, she's lush, you know.
She keeps it fun, man. Yeah. Come on.
So that was a great one.
Yeah, that was good.
I mean, I just thought that was one of the funny ones. So EB Mara found this guy named Pearl Mania 500, who's huge on TikTok,
He likes
but
pearls,
he hates TikTok. I don't know if you guys ever seen this guy. You'll know if you've seen him when I put him up here. Anyways, who knows if TikTok will get shut down soon or not? But just take a listen to what he's dealing with on his TikTok page right now.
Anyone actually work at TikTok? Or is it just a series of Catch-22 style chat bots that just take shit down for no reason? I'm asking this seriously. I just got a copyright claim against my own voice. My own voice. I made a video a bit ago of me sitting in front of this poster right here, wearing a yellow shirt, screaming about the Netflix password rules that are going to be coming out. And then I had a whole part in there about butterscotch crimpets. Someone has claimed that my voice, me yelling, is part of a song that I've never fucking heard of. And now I have to go look through TikTok to figure out how to counter this because there isn't an appeal button the same way there is for community guidelines. Instead now, I have to sit here and fill out this counter notification form. But fun thing about the counter notification form, you can't fill it out unless you have a report number of the copyright claim. And underneath the report number field, it tells you that it's included in the in-app notification sent to the uploader when the content was removed. No, it isn't. It just tells you have a copyright claim and to change your music. I didn't choose music. I didn't put anything in it. It's a video of me yelling about Netflix and butterscotch crimpets.
Yeah.
It must suck for his mom who he lives with.
It's a butterscotch.
Not happy.
I love this guy's
TikTok
rant.
plays. That's how TikTok plays.
I love this guy's rants. He's I just figured,
he is good.
Commiserate with him.
I saw his
good.
Twitter resume thing, right? That's the same guy.
Yeah, he's the guy who did the Circuit City one, and
Circuit
then
City thing.
he has a great one about Pepsi and Mexican pizza. So
Nice.
Promania 500. I thought he was a good find by EB Mara. And then finally, last submission for Hive's funniest video of the week, and then you guys will vote on what it is the greatest female rugby player of all time, and it has a song on it, so I can't play the noise. But here you go. Here she is, just trucking people,
Oh my god, dude.
and then she does
Oh
a
my god, they're not even trying to get
a punt, recovers her own
stuff.
punt,
Oh
I
my
don't want to
god.
get hurt.
takes it the distance.
Yeah,
and
shoves that girl out of the way.
she's like 300.
She's gonna make like thousands of female rugby players named Tank have to find a new nickname. 'cause this is the this is the Tank,
God.
dude.
Why didn't
That
any of
chick
these
was
people
bigger
run
than
for the
her.
ball?
She's just so dominant.
She's got speed too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got she's
Speed,
athletic.
power. It's size. She's the total package. It's
Now-
fucking incredible.
Get her to do the Hawkeye, and I'm getting a little afeared of her. Yeah.
I
Wow. Who does she
didn't
play
have
for?
interest
She's
in
incredible.
women's rugby until I saw this video.
What's
And
her name?
Maribel.
Now I really want to play. I have no
Beast.
idea,
Let's see.
have no
Tarville
idea.
Rugby.
but she is incredible. Okay. Hive's funniest video of the week, guys. Was it the whale dick information, the ghost bird, all you can eat for under $1, Pearl Mania 500, or the best female rugby player of all time?
I say most interesting was the sea monsters, the whale stick, but under $1's my funniest for me.
I'm going rugby.
I'm going rugby only because I feel like under $1 might be staged, like a little bit too staged. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because she did it, and then they said, "Can you please do that on camera?" That's why.
Yeah, exactly. It's the first time I'd seen that joke, so that's why I thought it was pretty funny.
But on the other hand, getting someone in their 70s to put a dollar bill in their pants and then talk about eating them out—that's an accomplishment in itself, no matter how staged it is. You know what I mean? Still
They're
rugby.
telling the joke. It's probably pretty.
All right. Sounds
I
like
looked at-
rugby. What do you think, Will?
I'm going with rugby. That was submitted by P. Fitz. Congrats, P. Fitz, on submitting Hive's funniest video of the week. Kyle sent in the all you can eat for under.
Hell yeah! Real quick before you move to the next segment, Will, thank you to postman Eric Donahue, dropping a round for the boys in there, and then Rad
Live
Dad
donation. Thank
Rad
you,
Dad
Eric.
donated a bit to the cause earlier, I believe, as well.
Thank you, Rad Dad.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for supporting the pod. All right. Speaking of supporting the podcast, the next part of the High Five is 5-star reviews. Now, you can leave these on Apple Podcasts. That's generally the way that we see them because that's where you can type them in and then they'll show up right there on our show page. But you can also leave us a 5-star review on Spotify if you don't have Apple Pods, and then just DM us, what you want us to say, and we will say it during the High Five.
Let me preface this, Will. The form that I was talking about went in this morning, okay? And then when they asked why should we get some promotion, I said, not only are we a very informative news show, but we have a large, engaged listener base that really, really loves the news. Yeah. And I want them to see that. So if you haven't 5-star reviewed, right? Maybe they'll get around to it Monday morning, Tuesday morning. It'd be great if it's those reviews are just chugging and they just can't deny it, like that rugby woman that
take a friend's phone this weekend. They don't care. Just pop over to their iPhone, podcast, leave a review. Just grab someone else's phone if you've already done it.
Yeah. In fact, just like Clemson Joe Maz 2, who left a second review on his wife's phone, and it's a little bit mean. It's not that mean. I'm just going to read it anyways. So he says, review 2 from wife's phone. You get to say anything you want when it's your second review.
Right.
He says, the air in Wes's lungs is so toxic that the White House is going to ignore him for 2 weeks. Oh, but he says Mark has a ton of cats to make up for all the tail he missed out on during his long distance relationship.
That's right. Very faithful. A very faithful guy, but we had one long weekend a month, got it all out.
But a ching. Pat, he says your kid bites because he doesn't have a masculine influence at home. Uh-oh.
Jeez, what a dick.
Yeah, maybe I could see that. Well,
Lord.
I mean, my lady's a Marine. There's something.
Yeah. And then he says, Will, you're perfect. Keep up the good work. HAGFD. Thank you, Clemson Joe Maz, too, for the second review from wife's phone. Okay. Also, other 5-star reviews this week, a lot of them. The Big Easy says, boys really tie the news together. Do they? Something for everybody. If you don't laugh in the first 5 minutes, just wait longer. HAGFD, OJ's nephew.
Thank you.
5 stars from RSS Indy 182. He says, or they say, I love waking up and seeing the boys. And I didn't see the rest of the headline there, but great pod. But Colin needs to find a hobby or 5. He overdoes it in the YouTube comments.
I haven't seen Colin the last few nights on the YouTube, but
he
was on a tear. Yeah, he might have seen that review.
Yeah.
He was on a tear last week,
Well,
and then this week he's been quiet.
Maybe he's back on the oil rig.
He could be on the rig.
Oh,
He's on the rig. He's 2 on, 2 off. So watch out, right. RSS and D when he gets back, because he'll hear that. He'll be ready to go. 5 stars from Brett Favre. Says can't understand but great listen. Listen every day in China with my 5 other friends. Don't understand since I don't speak English, but sounds great nonetheless. HAGFD.
That's why we're number 1.
That's why we're number 1 China. Thank you, Brett Favre. Also 5 stars from Chris Hill. They say these boys have all the 3 F's: factual, funny, and fat. The pod really helps me relax and release. What a treat. Keep up the good work, boys. You know I will. Ooh, wow.
Whoa.
Chris Bill.
Winky face.
Getting a little sexual with it.
We did know that.
Wow.
Thank you, Chris.
Hey.
Final 5-star review in West. This one has a request for you. This is Trainee Phone 2. It says 5-star HAGFD. Jacob with full bore barbecue again from Trainee's other phone. Please, Mark, please. He thought Mark was doing high five, but his original request was, and he left a bunch of reviews to get it, Wes. He says, Wes, please do either an urban gentleman who just found out he won a year's supply of Cheetos, or a Volkswagen customer service, but now he's the customer service for Sentient, the AI defense system, and he just got the nuke launch codes. Can you please do one of those 2 for Jacob for all the 5-star reviews?
Yeah.
Not one.
Okay. Honey, you ain't gonna believe this shit. We just won a year Cheetos. A lifetime of Cheetos. We ain't gonna have to buy no more Cheetos, no more. Oh, so many Cheetos. I love the Cheetos.
What?
Yeah.
What happened to Zippity Doodah? Wes?
Zippity Doodah?
Yeah, what happened to Zippity? Will we be enjoying Zippity Doodah while eating Cheetos?
Nah, we ain't gonna see no more Zippity Doodah. Racial is too racial for them. Yeah. Romanticized the South.
There you go.
There you go.
And that's not cool.
No.
All right. Well, good. Thank you, Wes. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, everybody who submitted the 5-star reviews, including Matt on Spotify. Okay, so he DM'd us. You can DM us if you submit it on Spotify. 5-star review us wherever you can. So send it in. We'll read it. And this is what Matt says. He says, Hard Factor podcast is the best podcast. 5 stars for sure. I look forward to a new episode every day unless Wes forgets to upload it. Wes. If you're looking
They have
for
long memories, these listeners.
That hasn't happened in months.
I know,
in a
but
couple weeks.
It was West.
if you're looking for an almost daily podcast to stay up to date on current events with a side of comedy, then Hard Factor is a must. Just don't forget it's 80% accurate. Also, while you are at it, go to patreon.com/Hard Factor and join to get the bonus pods. There you can listen to deep dives with Will on topics like Hunter Biden and Weed Slut 69, Wes driving around Austin chain smoking cigs, inside baseball and entertainment and sports with Pat, and if you join the Patreon, that puts you in the trust tree with the nest, which means
I don't know
now
I don't know if you should read that out loud.
That
My
Mark
wife's not happy that was said.
did something at Epcot with his girlfriend.
Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. Moving on.
It's a big day, and thank you. That's from
80% accurate
Matt
is the
Florida.
best thing we ever did, guys. That's the best thing we ever did is that 80%. You got to remember that 80% accuracy.
That's right.
And that goes for listener comments too.
Accuracy. And I was going to do voicemails next, but since we're on the subject, let's just jump to comments because and that was at Inception BJJ that he left that review. Okay.
Willie, real quick, what is the Hive Hour this week, and what's Florida Man Friday this week?
The Hive Hour this week was we talked American Gladiators. We talked real
Muscle
estate
ladies.
purchases, muscle ladies, schmoes, the whole subculture of dudes that worship muscles and
Buying houses.
My God, it's hilarious. Yeah, buying houses. Yeah, real estate.
Good
How
luck.
to do it exactly. So that was a bunch of shit on the Hive Hour. Then on Florida Man Friday, we have we did High's funniest videos of the week here on this podcast. We did Florida video mixtape remix, one of the two. You'll have to listen to find out what we called it.
It's an electric episode.
What else was in there? In the Florida?
Sugar Daddy Appreciation Day.
Sugar Daddy
Sugar Daddy
Appreciation
Appreciation
Day.
And then a man who had no plan when he stole $950 worth of lobster tails and what he tried to do
Seafood guy
to get its value back.
Yeah, it's wild every week in those bonus podcasts. Also, sort of just more comedy focused since it's just Florida Man news, and then the other one, obviously American Gladiators, just comedy stuff. So if you just want to have some laughs and need some more, of Hard Factor pods, hours of our pods in your life, go for it. And so speaking of the 80% accuracy, remembering that it's also comedy, it's not just news. Let's take it to comments because not everyone was as happy with us as the 5-star reviewers were this week. And I haven't seen, I know we've read this guy's DM before, but I don't think we've read the whole thing. So this is Stanley, I believe Hutchinson, but his name cuts off on the image. And he DMs us on January 22nd. And he says, "You're fake news," with incorrect spelling. And then we say, "Thanks for listening, Stanley." I think we did read this before, but it goes on. He goes, "Cover some real news. What I sent you on massive cheating corruption, cover-up scandal on CA State bar by bar examines law school deans and professors and their students. It's called controlled opposition. It's what you are, e.g. fake news." And then so we reply a few days later, say, "I'm going to let you in on a little secret, Stanley. It's a comedy news show." And, with
Stanley's off his rocker. He sent us that CA bar stuff maybe 50 times over the past 3 years. He has not. He's been doing it for years, trying to get us to talk about that thing.
Yeah.
Well, why haven't we?
Because it's
I don't know.
the videos he sends us are nonsensical from not good sources. It's like it's a raving lunatic that thinks he's uncovered something. He doesn't send us good quality source material. It's just
Well, that's our job, though.
It's probably fake.
Pat, go ahead and look into Stanley's insane.
I have. I'm not gonna.
You are the law guy.
Yeah, I took a look.
Okay.
Not today, Stanley.
Let's keep going with what Stanley said. So after we said, "Hey, it's a comedy news show," just calm down, chill out, Stanley. Just cool out, buddy.
Yeah.
You just relax, have a laugh once in a while, Stanley. He says, "What's that? Pray tell, please? ? Really? My bad. I thought you are/were really true news. So sorry. Bye." On second thought,
Who engaged with Stanley? Who engaged with him?
I don't know, but I love it.
Who put us all in jeopardy?
I love it.
I wrote thanks for listening, I think, but I didn't do any of this shit.
On second thought, that might work. Help me then. Help me. You can't spell. On second thought, that might work. Help me then. Out this cheating, corruption, and cover-up scandal as an investment. Do comedy. Yeah, that could work. Will you do it? He thinks we're funded by some counter opposition.
Yes.
What is it
All
called?
right.
Poke fun of it.
Controlled opposition.
Oh,
and they
he's
were
insane.
funded by some dark
Hold
group.
on.
Dude, he's been sending us this for years. I'm telling you.
Put that back up for a second. Well, I'll spend the remainder of the show doing some light cursory diving into this. Okay.
Well,
CA bar scandal.
Oh yeah.
You could just go to Stanley's interactions with us and
Just
scroll up.
if you want to look at
Okay. All right. Let me see what I can find for you, Stanley.
They're in there. So he thinks we're some group that's controlled by some mega corporation to give a specific type of information out. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Stanley. Why would we help you when we're obviously controlled by when we don't want to? We're into this. We get paid to be into this. Okay, Stanley.
Stanley, look at me.
All of your conspiracy theories, they're right, but no one will believe you, Stanley.
Right. It's happening in real time, Stanley. We're off the leash. We're off the chain.
Eric, cut this clip down for Stanley and let him know that we're in on it.
He cracked the code.
We are in on it,
You
Stanley.
solved it, Stanley.
But you can do nothing.
Congratulations.
Put a little reverb on that too, Eric.
There's nothing you can do, Stanley, about the California bar scandal that you think you can do something about. You can't.
It is on your shoulders, Stanley. If not you, Stanley, then who?
On you, Stanley.
Yeah. We will double our efforts now to silence you.
You found out our secret. We are seeking to silence the California bar story.
Jesus Christ. He's in the Instagram? Is that where he is? Okay.
Oh yeah. He's in the Instagram DMs. Okay. Let's move over to voicemails.
Barstool days sending us this shit.
Let's move over to voicemails. We got a few here. Nathan in Minnesota called in to let us know how you can tell if your catalytic converter has been stolen. Your car will be loud as fuck, basically, because it's right under the driver's seat, apparently. Colin called in to talk about Kyle Busch again. Sorry, Colin. Dallas Dave predicted that we may beat Chelsea, as in Leeds United may beat Chelsea, and we didn't, so not going to play that one. And here are the other voicemails for this week.
Hey, what's happening, Hard Factor guys? This is Spin calling from New England. I've been listening to a couple podcasts, no free ads, but they were talking about cool guy names, and it led me to think about what I would want my old Western type name to be. Personally, I was kind of coming down to Jimmy Two Hands, ball security, drop security, never want those drops. Also got really soft hands around the green. So I think that plays on multiple fronts. So I don't know, maybe West could be Johnny Smokestacks, even though I know we're trying to cut down on that. But curious
Not
to
the
hear
Wild West.
if you guys have your own old Western nicknames, what they might be. Thanks, fellas. Have a great fucking day.
Okay.
Okay.
I think
Old Western nickname.
He kind of crossed gangster and Old West there. I feel like the examples were more gangster names, but Old West was more like people were named after their deformities, like
Wild
Cockeye.
Bill.
Right. Yeah,
right.
Quick draw.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'd be Quick Shot, and then I would go to the brothels and be like, "You were warned."
I like that. But they'd love you in there, Mark, because those are working girls.
Yeah, that's by the bit.
I'd do something similar. You got to think about the times, like something like maybe like trimmed fingernails, or like something that implies
Pretty
that
Boy
I'm not
Pat.
going to give you. I'm not going to give you a yeast infection.
That would be good in
That's a good
either
Western, yeah.
either Western or gangster land with that
Pretty
one.
Pat.
You're a wanted man if you're Pretty Boy Pat. Yeah.
Keep me out of your house, or I'll be in your wife's panties with clean fingers. No yeast infection here. I mean, like there weren't a lot of like hand washing stations back then, so like it's a concern.
No, it would be remarkable if you were.
I'd go by something that I wanted, like Hungry Wes or Thirsty Wes. You know,
Yeah.
That way people would be like, "Oh, here comes Thirsty Wes. Better get him a drink." You know,
Right.
yeah,
Beer guzzling, something like
Why?
that.
yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
Because he's thirsty.
Hooker loving
you know.
Wes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He's going to get angry.
Brothel West.
Yeah,
If we don't get him a whiskey and a whore.
yeah. Better get him. You know what he wants. Better get him. Someone
You
get
know
him.
how he gets.
Look at him. He's kicking
What
the
about-
dirt around.
What about whore whisperer, Wes?
Yeah,
Like
no.
the whores are getting all up. I don't know. Something's wrong with the whores. We got to get that Wes character in here to calm him back down. Reset him. The whore resetter.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. All right, those are some good ones.
Yeah,
Will,
really
did you
good
have
ones.
one?
No, I don't. Something that rhymes with Smith, because I feel like if you or will, like you have to have alliteration, like the Pretty Boy Pat. That makes sense. Like you'd have to something, but I didn't think of one. So
Yeah.
So no, I'll try to think of one. It'll be my homework assignment. Okay.
It's not your job. It's not your job. Listeners, please name Will in the Old West.
Wild
Yeah,
West Will.
go for it. Send me your best ones. I'll also try to think. It'll be a group project. Here we go. Next voicemail.
What's going on, guys? It is a rainy Monday morning in Northern California. Listening to your Monday show to respond to your what was that choke? That was a guillotine choke. I don't know if you had an arm in or no arm in for John Jones against Cyril Gahn. He made like 6.4 when you guys were talking about comparing who made more and what. And
6.4 mil.
in 2 minutes, he made 6.4 million. I believe that comes out to like $50,000 a second.
Nice.
That he was inside that ring. But to go with what Pat said, in the NFL, they're not going as hard to prepare for the game compared to how much conditioning you're going to have inside of a 5-round training camp, just because of the amount of sparring, the amount of contact. You can manage that. And plus, you're only going to fight like maybe 4 times a year. And if you're John Jones, you may not be fighting 4 times a year. So you're still making way more money playing in the NFL, but everybody knows you're a badass because you fight in the UFC. So it's like make money like one of the other 2 brothers, or go through hell, be a badass, and make a quarter of the money. But from a time perspective, he made a shitload, 51,000, 50,000 a second. Anyways, have a great fucking day, guys.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but again, for every John Jones, there's only like 1 or 2. In the NFL, the average salary is very high. Like the average UFC fighter makes dog shit, certainly less than 6 figures a year.
Right. Yeah. So that was kind of the caller's point. Even at the highest levels, the NFL
It's still a quarter.
better.
So
yeah,
quarter. But like it's probably like a tenth when you get down to the lower level. Like a lower level NFL player still makes like $2 million a year, 1.5 a year. Punter makes $1 million a year. So that doesn't happen in the UFC. The guys that are fighting to get on the are still in the undercards are making like 25 a fight, and like you said, they fight 3 times a year. That's 75 grand plus they have to expense everything.
Right.
Not good.
Yeah,
Guys,
kind of a tough life.
I found something. So I typed in cheating, corruption, cover-up scandal, California State Bar Law School deans.
Yes.
Here's what I came across, guys.
Was
I
it
didn't come
written
across
by Stanley?
100% dude.
Are you shitting me?
It is a bullet pointed out. I'm going to share it with you. It's a bullet pointed
what's
out.
his real name?
Ready to go. It's his under whatever his Reddit name is. So like if you fuck with Reddit, you get karma. Reddit is a really smart system for actually driving legitimate engagement through their community. So like it's really hard to like game Reddit. You can't game Reddit. It's a great system. So karma, if you say something good, say something valuable to the community, you get an upvote, you get some karma. It allows you to post in like better Reddits and shit, like larger subreddits. This guy, whoever posted this, Stanley, has -11 karma. That's really bad. That's horrible. And
he's aggressive and crazy. So
it's so
like
he's
a
laid out his
Uber rating.
Yeah.
He's laid out his entire. So it's like cheating,
Cover
corruption,
my
cover-up
story.
scandal. Yeah, cover my story. Massive cheating, corruption, cover-up scandal at California State Bar examiners and University Law School deans and professors. I have filed 2 complaints versus the California State Bar examiners for grand fraud. I have proof. California Bar gives topics in he failed the bar. That's what's going on. And
clearly.
And the first comment, which got 9 points, that's two. That would bring Stanley to -2 karma if he had that. Says some clever law student shouldn't use this post as the right on exam for their journal. It's so riddled with grammatical syntax errors, not to mention random capitalization.
Yeah, he's a lunatic.
His typing is
Stanley
so
gets back.
bad.
Stanley gets back. Don't read it, you moron. I've been doing this all by myself. It's a conglomerate of a bunch of Twitter and Facebook posts. Go look at the case I posted otherwise, or don't waste my time. I'm busy fighting my case in court in Los Angeles County. Besides, this is social media, right? So shorthand, like Twitter handles are permitted. Oh, my God, dude. Stanley's a nut job. But if you want to read the entirety of Stanley's paper.
One of the comments is like, I was in Stanley's tort class. He's a lunatic.
He's a lunatic.
He's a dumb lunatic. No wonder he
Chill
failed.
out, Stanley.
Far Camera says, you just demonstrated why you probably didn't pass the bar. Yeah, man.
Lots of spelling errors. I did notice that
We
right
don't get
away.
Pipe bombs in our mail.
Big me up. I want to talk to Stanley real quick.
Big, okay, yeah.
Talk directly to Stanley.
Yeah, Big Mark, I'm going to get rid of this one. Okay.
Yeah, I got him. Here you go, Mark. Tell Stanley what's up.
Hi, Stanley. I want to take my glasses off and talk directly to you right now.
Okay.
We saw your Reddit post. You can do nothing. You can do nothing to stop us. We will continue the corruption in California, specifically with the bar exam that you've uncovered. You can shout it from the rooftops. No one's going to believe you because of your horrible grammar.
We've been paid to silence it.
We've been paid to silence it. Unfortunately,
Paid well.
our reach is growing stronger. Our tactics are better than yours, and we're sane. So you're in trouble here, bud.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that you got a 1398 on the exam, Stanley.
Stanley,
It
none of us
doesn't
want you to be a
matter.
lawyer, first of all, you psycho.
For good reason.
Yeah.
Imagine Stanley as a judge, working his way all the way to the top.
Oh my God,
Judge
dude.
Stanley.
It's like that movie that Wes likes, that weird movie with the weird judges in the weird town.
Oh, yeah, nothing but trouble.
Yeah, it's like nothing but trouble.
Everybody's just fucked on Stanley's.
Guys, this is a great. Okay, so it's TranGen1 is his Reddit username if you want to look it up, and it is just 43 comments of actual attorneys ripping Stanley. It's great.
Oh, nice.
No,
Well,
Stanley's
Poor guy.
we're not attorneys, but we're ripping you too, Stanley. All right, next voicemail.
What's up, boys? This is Bryant from Maryland. I in between jobs, and I took a little trip down to the Florida Keys. So I'm currently looking out at the bay and the sun, and just living it up. Listen, I think you guys missed a boat on buying an island down here. I guessed my fishing guide yesterday asked me how much I thought a property was. I said about 1.5 million. He said 3.96 is what it sold for. So, fucking yikes. I would look at Belize. I went down to Belize a couple years ago, and everything's pretty cheap down there. So, also just wanted to note that when I was down in Key West, I could, only think of how Key West would have been, riding around on rickshaws and bikes and, gallivanting in different bars in Key West. But,
like a stallion.
Have
in
a great
field.
fucking weekend, boys.
A wild
And
horse.
his steed is a moped.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You left the moped out, but otherwise nailed it. Yeah. It's just even
What a
more
time.
beautiful than you could imagine.
Hope you're enjoying it, brother.
Yeah,
Were we too hard on Stanley?
No.
Stanley's crazy.
No,
Okay,
no, you know what's too hard on Stanley is his own brain.
right. Reality
Is the
yeah,
bar
the world.
Reality's a little tough on Stanley.
He passed it by 8 points, Wes.
He passed it by 8 points.
Yeah.
What's he bitching about? Because
There's no way that dude passed the bar with the way he
Well,
talks.
he's saying
He
that,
said-
but
wait, he said
a lot of
he
these
did on Reddit.
a lot of these other attorneys are saying, "No, bud, you didn't," and here's why. So,
chance.
do we take Stanley's word for it, or
No.
Well,
I'm not
Stanley have a law job? No. So probably
Stanley's
everyone
still-
else.
because of the corruption, though, Wes? It could be because
Yeah,
of the
because of
corruption.
the corruption. Wes, all right. Come on.
He's like, obviously, an idiot like me shouldn't have passed.
Oh, we're rooting for you, Stanley.
How'd everyone else pass, Stanley?
I'm turning around on Stanley.
I like his Belize idea.
You're rooting for him after reading him getting buried by these.
Now you're a Stanley guy.
You got to root for the underdog.
Pat, you should start responding to him from the Hard Factor thing.
I'm a Stanley stan.
Start bumping him up in the comment section.
Yeah,
Y'all just don't want to see Stanley shine.
We should get him to take the bar again and help him pass. That'd be
Pat,
amazing.
please ask him to leave a voicemail explaining
what's
going on.
All right,
we can play on the show.
Please,
Stanley.
Please ask him. Send him our voicemail number. Now we might get 1,000 voicemails from him. This might be a bad idea.
No, this is a great idea.
I want to hear what Stanley's talking about.
8-hour voicemail.
Yeah.
And 10th of all,
I got it.
Yeah, this might take up a few gigs.
Shit. All right, I'm gonna play the next voicemail.
Hey boys, it's Gavin. Great shows this week. Love the stories. Just want to give a shout out to Wes. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, look, I was watching some of the YouTube Live this week. It's been great. YouTube Live is fantastic when, there's no other TV shows that go on. But I have a question specifically for Wes. Wes, could you please just explain, I know a lot of people are wondering, and I don't think you've touched on it yet, but do you mind just, where's Pat been?
I knew that some kind of troll was coming.
Why he isn't on every day?
Got him.
I don't think I've heard it. Okay.
Got him.
So have a great weekend.
Does Pat know about that?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I was editing the show where I was cutting a clip and I skipped. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Where's Pat?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna get in this." I skipped it.
Wes is like, "I'm sick of answering this. We're sick." Like he's on.
Fills
He's
the
on.
comments
He's on.
whenever
he's
Pat's
on,
on it, which
he's
is
on
great.
Monday's show,
Yeah,
Wednesday's show, whatever, and Friday's show, or Sunday.
Except for next week when he's gonna be all fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
When he's covering for
but
Wes.
next month things should be back to normal, guys. We're working towards it.
Nice.
Getting close.
Nice.
Full-time Pat's coming back.
We hope
The
you come
beef.
back full time.
512-270-1480, right? That's the number I'm giving to Stanley.
That
Okay.
is the
Or
number.
give him the
Yes,
voicemail. Give him the
please.
voicemail email to hardfactor.
I was thinking about that, but I kind of. I was thinking about that. You don't want to give too many options to Stanley in the first
No,
place.
just give him the phone number. Let him rant.
He can't do anything with that.
Right.
Just give him the phone number.
Okay.
Here, a new viewer, live viewer, James says, "Damn, Stanley crazy." Yep.
He is.
Yep.
We're about to find out just how with these voicemails.
Hopefully,
What do you think his voice is like?
Who's gonna get pipe on
High
first?
pitched. High pitched.
Oh, what if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
what if
Shrill?
it's smooth?
Shrill?
What if it's really
Very
smooth?
shrill.
Very shrill. As there are 4 of you tonight, also you guys should start using bars of soap. Damn.
Hey, what? Hey, we don't look that dirty. Get out of here,
Holy
Mike.
I
shit.
admittedly have not showered today, Mike. So you're on to me.
Oh man.
I didn't shower
showered.
either, Mike.
I showered right before the show, Mike. Gotcha.
Showered.
All right, here we go. Last voicemail.
Hey guys, it's Tony from PA. So this is in response to Devin from Pennsylvania's voicemail last week. I do not work at the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. I do know somebody that works there. She actually left our team and moved out there to work with them. But I'm a salesperson, so I'm going to sell for Hard Factor here. Join the Patreon and you might know where I work at then. I do post some things there, just random shit. But great fucking time in the Discord. $5 a month, I think you would get the Discord with the Florida Man Friday. Greatest thing you're ever going to do. Have a great weekend, boys. Love you.
Tony.
Cold calling his favorite podcast. Thank you,
Nice.
Tony.
Great guy.
Appreciate it.
Stand-up guy, Tony.
That's right.
Appreciate
Iron Pigs.
Appreciate it. All right.
Stanley's already
Last
responded.
thing.
He's already
Spotify.
responded.
He did. Wait, what? He already replied.
He's like,
We're in-
get some space ready on your voice box.
Yes. Oh, yes. He's already in. Okay. Okay. That's not surprising, actually, in hindsight. Okay. Last thing. Spotify poll results. Now, if you listen on Apple Pods, you want to leave a 5-star review. If you watch on YouTube, you want to subscribe, like, share it with everybody. If you listen on Spotify, you get the benefit of getting polls on the episodes. Polls, sometimes we do questions, you can fill them in. And here are some of the most recent poll results. First up, what do you break more of, vacuums or toilet seats? Vacuums. takes it with 70% of the vote.
Wow.
Will's in the minority there.
Yeah, I'm in the minority on that one. Yeah, I got 29 with me, so 29%. I don't feel alone. Which would you rather eat?
That's like a windows and doors thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Like wheels and doors.
That's funny.
Which would you rather eat? This one is shocking. Live cockroach, 47.8%. Well-prepared human flesh, 52.2%.
Man, look.
Yeah.
Come on. It's flesh.
People are cannibals.
Yeah.
That's a real
Gross.
Duh.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You'd eat human?
Yeah.
Over a cockroach.
Over
You're
a
damn right. We
cockroach,
did-
I mean,
100%.
cockroach is disgusting, but
well-prepared human flesh.
Whoa.
Look,
I'm
not
not going to
gonna kill
backstory.
anyone.
I don't want a
I'm not
fucking
gonna- yeah,
postcard like
not
I'm at
gonna
the
kill
Holocaust
anyone.
Museum.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Right.
This person died of natural causes or an accident, and
Right,
then
you don't-
some
pull
Michelin
blew
star,
my mind.
some Michelin star chef, prepared
Yeah.
a meal.
That's right.
You don't want to know where I went
Braised
to
it.
college.
Is the cockroach dried? Oh, no, it's live. It's
No,
live.
it's live.
Oof, live.
No brainer.
Oh, man, that's tough. Cannibalism. Yikes. Okay. Last poll. What is the ideal start time to view our live streams for the show? And the options were 5 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern took almost half of the vote.
Wow.
47.2%.
That's telling. So we are in between the two tops right now. Maybe we just bump it to the 30. Because right now we're at 7:15 Eastern, right? And that was second place. Is that correct?
Seven. We just did 5, 6, 7, 8. So
No, I know, but we're at 7:15 Eastern, right? So we're at closest to 7 mathematically, which was 30%.
Right. It sounds
So
like
why don't
pretty
we
much-
just move it to the 30? And split
Yeah, the 30 or the 30 or the 8.
Ooh, I see what
yeah,
you're
either
saying.
way.
Give the people what they want.
7's got 30%. If we go to the 8, we're getting too close to, if there's technical issues, it's not going to go up and stuff like
That's
that.
a good point. Somebody could.
I think the
yeah,
30 is a
run
good
into a problem.
compromise. But I don't
Yeah.
know.
So we might be pushing
what
back
does.
the start.
Yeah.
Might be pushing back the start just a tad. You'll see. We'll announce it for now. Don't worry. We'll start at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Sunday
So we
night
announce
to
it.
record Monday's pod. We will announce anything before we actually do it. Do not worry about that. Okay. Album cover memes. He sent us a great. This is a funny account on Instagram. Trump Adderall album cover. Pretty hilarious.
I like that. Yeah.
Dude loves Adderall. Also, B Dunn in Louisiana sent us this ad he got on his Facebook for his Cox Insurance, general liability insurance starting at $30 a month. Get full coverage on your small business and LLC. Wes, does that look like a swastika?
Yeah. That's, I mean, it's the red, it's the black.
It kind of looks like the long flags they hung right on the sides of the stage.
Yeah.
You know, from the top from
It
the
looks
the
like
ceiling.
the Nazi parades.
It does. Yeah. Yep.
His
Cox,
Cox. too.
By
His
the way,
Cox.
$30 a month is insane. You can get it for half that.
General liability insurance.
Yeah. I just bought some.
His
$15 a
Cox
month.
Insurance. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and that's going to do it for
41
the
will
high
do it,
five
too.
this week. That's going to do it for Hard Factor this week. It is wheel time.
All right. I'm going to be, since I'm off Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays show, this is for the coffee on Sunday, and then I'll take myself off for the high five, okay?
All right.
Sounds
Here
good.
we go. This is called Fat Sketch.
Cool. Sounds like Sonic the Hedgehog.
It does sound like Sonic the Hedgehog.
All right,
I got the
Michael, you
coffee.
have the Okay.
For Monday morning, Sunday night, 7:15 Eastern.
Whoops. Here we go.
Got both of them.
I got all of them.
Mark.
I got
Whoa.
everything.
All right, everybody. It's been a long podcast. It's been a long week. Thank you for supporting the pod, for listening to the show. But most importantly, get out there and have a great fucking day and weekend.
Especially you.